Hi ladies, and welcome to this week's 2-minute tips. The question I've been asked is, do I have any effective strategies to help with the pushing phase of labor? So yes, I do. The first advice I have is that the best way to push your baby out is to follow your body's instinctive urge to bear down. So women will get to a natural point often in their labor where they just will feel this overwhelming urge to bear down and get their baby out. Follow that urge. Don't resist that urge. Go with that urge is the best way for that to work. That doesn't always pan out as it is, and some women will need a little bit more coaching or advice or education around the pushing phase. And what I advise then is to imagine that you're doing a poo. Now, as a women's health physio, I now know that not everyone poos correctly, so I don't feel like it's enough to just say do a poo, because a lot of women are pooing incorrectly and they're tightening around their pelvic floor while they're bearing down, whereas we want to open the vaginal canal, or the anus when you're pooing, and we want to open that while we're bearing down. So what I want you to think about, if you don't know if you're pooing properly, is what we call the coffee plunger, which was termed by Juju Sundin, which is a great book to read if you haven't already. But imagine the top of the coffee plunger as like under your rib cage here, so your diaphragm and your abdominals, and imagine that bearing down, this internal energy, you're locking it in and you're bearing that down towards the pelvic floor area, as opposed to locking all your energy up in your chest or in your face or your neck and doing these ones. You want to think about bearing down, like get that coffee plunger bearing downwards. So I think the coffee plunger is a really good analogy that a lot of women vibe off, and thinking about getting that energy bearing down as opposed to that bright red in the face, shoulders up here, holding all your breath and your energy up here. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you all next week.